Alright, here's my video about how to make yogurt. And this recipe uses the Instant Pot and a gallon of milk. So first, you get said gallon of milk. You remove the lid and you pour it in. And I'm holding William too, so this is a bit tricky. Alright, so you would want to only fill it to the max line, and a gallon is exactly at the max. If you want to make less than a gallon, obviously you can do that. You just need to modify how long you saute. So, on my Instant Pot, I press saute. It does it for 30 minutes. And that just happens to be the exact right amount of time to make it go up to 180 degrees. So what you're doing is you're pasteurizing the milk to make sure that there's no yuckies in it, and 180 degrees is what kills any bacteria. Oh, no. Okay. So I'll check back in about 30 minutes when this is done. Alright, so after it beeps, you can stick your thermometer in there. And it's gone up to about 190. And you'll see that there's a skim on top, like a skin. And you can just leave that. So right now, you're just gonna leave it with the lid off and let it cool back down to 110. That usually takes a few hours. So unless you're stirring it and you want to get it out and put it in an ice bath, you can do that if you want it to be quicker. But I just usually let it sit now for a couple hours, and then I'll come back and check it periodically and see when the temp gets to 110. That's when you want to stir your yogurt starter in. Okay, so the milk has been sitting out for about 2 hours now, maybe a little longer. So now when I check it, it's around 110. Yeah, like right at 110, which is what you want. If you put it in hotter than that, it will kill the cultures that are in your starter yogurt. So basically you just need whatever your favorite yogurt is. Mine happens to be Noosa. It's so amazing if you haven't tried it. Whatever your favorite yogurt is, just get a little tub of it. It doesn't matter really how much you use because the culture should activate no matter what amount of yogurt you use, but this tub is 8 ounces, and usually I eat a few bites too. But anyways, just grab a whisk, and you're gonna dump that in. This one has flavoring in it, so you might, depending on what you like, you can add the flavoring or you can just keep it out. Either way. Okay, so I put the yogurt in. Stir it really good. And 110, which is the temperature it's at now, is the perfect temperature to allow the cultures to multiply. So basically you're multiplying bacteria, but it's good bacteria. Okay, so put the lid on your Instant Pot. Make sure it's off. I even just unplugged it because you don't even want it to be on warm or anything. If you want extra insulation, you can wrap a towel around it, but I decided that it does fine without it. So now I'm gonna leave it for about 8 hours until I go to bed. And go to bed, I'm gonna put it in the strainer. So that's the next step. Okay, so I forgot to do it last night, but you can really do it anytime after you make it. So we put 2 lids down there to put it up high enough, and then we put the strainer in, and then you can use cheesecloth or a light dish towel. This one is linen, I think. And then you just take off the lid, and it should be all jiggly. And then you pour it in your dish towel. Okay, and then you're just gonna put a lid on this and stick it in the fridge for about 7 to 8 hours. And then your yogurt's done. You just pour off the whey and mix in whatever you want. Okay, so the yogurt is done straining. And when you take it out, it's very soggy. So you should have another bowl that you're gonna put it in. Voila. And then in here it's all the whey that was strained off. So we got probably a good quart of whey out of that one. So depending on how juicy you like your yogurt, you can strain more liquid out of it by putting the strainer up higher. This one is technically a Greek style yogurt, but once you stir it, it does get a little bit thinner. So there you have it. You can stir in honey, about a half a cup of honey in that much yogurt, and you can stir in vanilla or any other kind of fruit flavorings that you like.